Hi again, everyone. Mr. Gowerluck here with fifth grade science. We'll be talking about landforms, and more specifically, we're going to talk about maps. Now, why do we use maps? How do they help us? What types of things do we hope to learn as we look at a map? Well, on your screen right now, you can see a map of the world. It's flat. It shows that there's a lot of area. But if you really were to look closely, you might notice that those oceans are huge. There's so much of the map taken up by water, and that water is really deep and cold in a lot of places. Obviously, we don't have anything there on the ocean portions other than labels. You can see that we have the Atlantic Ocean, we have the Pacific Ocean, we have the Indian Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. And so, as you look at different kind of land or different types of maps, this map's been made for kids on the screen. You can see Canada has a couple of different things there, animals and maple trees, and their maple leaf is on their flag. Greenland, I think this is a polar bear or a really tall statue of somebody dressed as, I don't know, some Halloween thing. Or I have no idea what that is. And its brother is over here in Russia. So, we have somebody maybe that's just eaten over here. Maybe it ate something. I have no idea, but it looked like just dead dinner. But anyways, you head to the United States. Obviously, we have the eagle, and we have the Statue of Liberty, and in Mexico, we have ruins. And you can see. You don't need to be told everything that's here. You can see what's on there. But so this type of map might talk about some of the maybe what each country or what each region is known for. Of course, as you look through different countries, they don't have anything, which is almost an insult to those countries, don't you think? I mean, we have one panda bear that covers almost this whole area. And again, we have the dinner eating bear up here that's covering the whole part of Russia. Well, don't you think there's a whole lot more to Russia than just this one bear? United States, when they're thinking of us, they think of the Statue of Liberty. But there's a whole lot more to the United States. Okay, so anyway, maps can give you an idea, give you kind of a representation of what is what an area has and what it looks like. But this particular map here, it's not showing you anything about mountains. It's not showing you anything about some of the lakes and rivers. And so this map, you look down, oh, and they have nothing in Antarctica. Aren't there penguins down there? So anyway, there are other types of maps. This one's called Deserts of the World. Okay, Deserts of the World. Is it? I thought it was. Anyway, maybe it's not Deserts of the World. This just shows you the continents. That's exciting. I must have clicked on something else. Deserts of the World. Let's take a look at that map. Yes, we know your website here, www.mapsofsomethingorother.com. You can see different deserts here. Okay, and they point them out. We do have a couple deserts in the United States. Notice that a lot of these deserts, if you look, if this part were right as I'm going across west to east, if this were labeled, we would call this line that goes around the middle of the earth, we'd call that the equator. A lot of our deserts are close to the equator. And a lot of those dry deserts that we see about in the movies or in Star Wars, things like that, we're talking in African Sahara. And so, there's certain times of the year where they get a lot of rain, but most of the year it's super hot. Over in this part of the North America and the United States region, we're talking about an area that's so lovely, they call it Death Valley. So there's a desert there. But as you'll notice, there's different kinds of maps. If you've ever had a chance to study a map, you know that you can learn a lot about maybe some history, a lot about how you start asking yourself questions of, well, how did that border? Why is that border like that between those two states or those countries? This is a World War II map, Europe, 1945, Second World War, and you can see all the countries that Nazi Germany overran. Okay, and some battles, Normandy landing. So those of you who are really into history, you can find a map that suits your needs and what you want to learn about as well. But one thing that's for certain is especially with science and looking at landforms, is that we want to start finding what are called relief maps. Okay. And relief maps give us an idea of how high an area is, like the height of the mountains or the elevation, I guess you could call it. Also, how low. There are areas that are lower than sea level, which is what we call that zero mark, sea level. So, different kinds of maps. They can tell you different kinds of things. Those maps have titles. Okay. They have a scale. There should be a compass rose in this map somewhere. Where does this map have a compass rose? Ah, we found a mistake with the map. Yay. Well, north is up, south is down, east and west. A little Hawaiian island mark right there. So, anyway, get a chance, check out some maps and take some time and look at them and see what you can learn, because I'll tell you, just by looking at the maps you can learn so much about a country that maybe you never knew, or an area or a region. This has been Mr. G, and I'm going to be signing off, but I challenge you again, go find yourself a map. Have a good day.